Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Mayor Bowser's Budget Engagement Forum. We're really excited to get going. I know, you're excited about the budget. I love it. Thank you. We're excited to get going. And if you could find a seat, we will start the program right now. This is Mayor Bowser's third year of hosting budget engagement forums, and we're so excited to be here at the Department of Employment Services yet again in Ward 7 to engage with residents about all the budget priorities that you see before you. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very impressed with you because we're competing with 70-degree Saturday in February, and yet you are here with us to talk about the very important issues facing our city. And this is now our second budget engagement forum for this year's budget season. And believe it or not, this is our third budget season. And I want to thank you. It's hard for me to believe because it seems like just yesterday we were starting, but we're already working on and will be presenting our third balanced budget to the Council of the District of Columbia. So that's good, right? These sessions are a lot of fun. They're very informative. I think you're going to learn a lot, and I always learn a lot by hearing from you and also hearing from members of my team who are talking to you. What we want to figure out and what your priorities are, we take this feedback very seriously. And I think you probably heard me say this before, that I got frustrated as a council member because by the time the mayor presented the budget to the council, and I work with two mayors, it was pretty much fully cooked. And it's very difficult at that stage to get meaningful feedback and make meaningful changes when people have had enough time to react to those changes. And too often what we saw is that the mayor would present it, the council would present it, and then sometime overnight, just before the council voted on it, there could be mass changes that the public, you know what I mean, council member, right? There could be mass changes that nobody had a chance to react to. And so I, of course, can only control what happens on the executive side, and we want to give our department directors who started talking to the city administrator October, November about what, he started talking to them about what they would have available. They started talking amongst themselves about what they could get done with those dollars. And now we're at the stage where we can accept and really work with your feedback as well. We are in a little different position this year because our political environment is so changed, right? We've been talking a lot about what that means for the operation of our government, what November 8th means, what the election means, what a unified government means on the federal level. And so we'll be discussing a little bit about how we invest in, protect, and preserve the very important DC values that inform the budget that I will present and how we lead this government. The job that we have to do isn't very different from what you do at home. We have a certain amount of money coming in. We have a certain level of expenses, regardless. Just when we flip on the light and open the government on Monday, it costs a certain amount of money to run the government. And then each and every year, we want to do some new things, too. We come up with new ideas. There are new initiatives. There's a new challenge. There may be a new problem that we have to solve, and we have to figure out a way to do that. So we'll either look at what we're spending now and how to cut some things that aren't working or make some efficiencies in those processes so that we can do those things but do them for less money. And that's what we have to figure out to do, how we have to do it. And just like in your own families, there are changes throughout the year. There may be a change in your family where you make less money. There may be a change where you decide to make more money. You go out and get a second job, start a business. And those will always inform the new initiatives that debt that you can take on. And so that's what we're doing today. I want to thank all the members of my cabinet who are here and all the members of the Bowser administration. Give a wave so everybody can see you and give them a big round of applause for all the work that they do. So this afternoon, you're going to hear from the city administrator, Rashad Young. Give Rashad a big round of applause for his hard work, and our budget team. And then the most fun part of the program is when you tell us what you've been able to do at your tables with your own budget and the table budget. So that's it for me. I'm going to be all ears. Thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Matt Brown. I am Mayor Bowser's budget director, and I think I have one of the best jobs in district government because I get to do what you're doing today all year long. And what I like about it, I'm a little bit of a nerd, of course. I like Excel, I like spreadsheets, I like numbers. But what's even more important to me are the things that this budget provides for the community. Just like you, I'm a district resident. I pay taxes. I rely on the district government for services. And what I have a unique place where I get to see the investments that are made in the budget turned into real city services that are provided to make everybody's lives better. So that's why today is so important to me. And I want to thank you again. I know Mayor Bowser did, but I want to thank you all for taking the time to be here. We want to make sure that the district's budget reflects your values, all of our values as a city. So I'm going to give you a little budget 101 just to get you acclimated into what you're going to work on this afternoon. So the slide in front of you, went too far. The slide in front of you looks like this. And if you can't see the screen, it's okay. You have a handout at your table. It looks like a big circle with colors. And I'm going to start on the red, and then we're going to go clockwise. Just going to tell you a little bit about the budget cycle and how it goes all year long. A couple of months ago, we went to our agency directors, and we said, agency directors, you all run these agencies, you know what's needed, you serve the public every single day. What do you think are the best ideas that we need to invest in? And so the agency directors submitted their budgets, submitted big and small requests, and my team has spent the last couple of months reviewing those. The next thing we do is today. We're meeting with members of the public. We're meeting with all of you because we want to make sure that we understand what's important to you as a data point as we put our budget together. Then on April 5th, the mayor will deliver her proposed budget to the city council. And a couple days later, there will be hearings on that budget. And then we'll go into the blue section where there are council hearings on the budget. All of our agency directors come and testify about the budget request. Members of the public are also invited to testify on the budget. After the council votes on the budget, it is enacted by the mayor. One portion goes to Congress for review. That's the federal spending, but the local budget portion is enacted when our mayor signs it. Then we move into the green section. Our fiscal year starts on October 1. So on October 1, it says agency allotment. It's a strange word. What it means is that's when the agencies get the budget to spend. So after the budget is adopted, October 1, the agencies get that money to spend. It's dispersed through programs. It's dispersed as trash collection is made at your house. It's dispersed as we work on important employment services programs out of this facility. All the work that the government does every single day. One of the things that Mayor Bowser did, and I'm especially pleased about that, is that she has more aligned the district's budget office with our performance office. And our chief performance office is here, Jenny Reed in the back, and thank you for being here. And I think that's really where the rubber meets the road. We want to make sure that we're investing in programs that deliver for district residents. And I want to give you a couple examples of what we've done in the last year. This is under the banner of good government. We knew that our Office of Unified Communications, that's our 311 and 911 call center, wasn't answering calls as quickly enough for 311 calls. About a year ago, only 40% of the 311 calls, those are the calls for city service, were answered within 90 seconds. So we worked with the Department of Employment Services through a program called Learn, Earn, Advance, and Prosper. We provided jobs to some individuals, and now we answer nearly 84% of 311 calls within 90 seconds. So that's a great example of where we were able to take something, put it in the budget, and deliver real results for you. We also took a look at our ambulance service that's provided through fire and EMS. And we were able to shave 14 seconds off of response times through investments that we made in last year's budget. Because of investments we made in last year's budget, homelessness services have increased services for members of the homeless population, specifically veterans. Veterans population has fallen 13% from December 2015 to December 2016. So you can see how the kinds of programs that we invest in today bring real results as we move forward. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about how our budget is structured. And there's a slide with some big bubbles on it, 13.4 and $1 billion. It's a lot of money. The district's operating budget is $13.4 billion. The operating budget is how we spend dollars every day. It's what pays to keep the lights on here. It pays for my salary. It pays for all the programs that we deliver. It's all of our day-to-day expenditures. We also have what we call a capital budget, and that's what we use to invest in buildings, in our school modernization program, all our infrastructure investments that we make. Of the $13.4 billion, only about 3.4 of it is federal dollars. And I think that sometimes there is a perception that the district government gets all of its money from the federal government. You know that's not true. I know that's not true. That's a perception that's out there. The $3.4 billion is really money that every single state gets. It's mainly Medicaid money. So again, the money that we get from the federal government is really like what every other state gets. So about $10 billion is raised here locally. And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what the next slides are about. It's how we invest your tax dollars, property sales and income tax that you pay every day. And this is how we spend it. And I think this is really important as you work on the exercise later. So I'm going to walk you around. I'll go again clockwise, starting with the small green wedge at the top, jobs and economic opportunity. If for every $100 that the district collects, we spend about 2% or $2 on jobs and economic opportunity. That's things like Department of Employment Services, where we are today, the Department of Small and Local Business Development, Office of Planning, activities like that. Then turning like clockwise, there's a purple band, $2.1 billion in education, 31 of every $100 that we spend. The University of the District of Columbia, the public library system, the DC public school system, the charter school system, $2.1 billion. Next, Health and Human Services, 28% of our budget, $1.9 billion. Things like homelessness services, unemployment compensation, child and family services. It's really our safety net that protects our population. Next, government operations, $1.4 billion. Don't let the name fool you. Government operations isn't just the mayor and the council, the attorney general. That is all the services that we provide on a day-to-day basis. Department of Transportation, Department of Public Works, our IT infrastructure, the contribution that we make to keep WMATA running. It really is the bread and butter of district government. The orange band, public safety, 16 out of every $100 we spend on public safety, mainly fire and emergency medical service, and the Metropolitan Police Department. And finally, housing, $186 million on housing initiatives. The biggest in that pie is the mayor's commitment for $100 million in the Housing Production Trust Fund, investments that we've made 2 years in a row and intend to make in the next budget. Now I'm going to introduce our city administrator, Rashad Young, and he's going to walk you through some of the more details in each of these categories of spending. But thanks again for being here. I really appreciate your time and your input.
Well, thank you, Matt, and good afternoon to you all. It's a pleasure to be here. The mayor talked about this a little bit in her introduction. We've been, all of us, getting a lot of questions and thinking a lot about how we are reacting to a new Congress and a new White House. And it's really hard to tell at this point because we don't have a lot of specific information about what this administration will do or how they'll do it, or how our agencies will be affected. But the mayor's been consistent in saying that no matter what lies ahead, we want to be prepared to stand up for DC values. And so in the coming months, we know that we're going to have to make some tough choices. So we're talking about values today because our budget really is a reflection of the priorities and values that we have as Washingtonians. And so we want to get that input to make sure that our values are reflected in the spending plan that the mayor produces. So to get a sense of how we prioritize our funds in the past, I want to go over some highlights from last year's budget. At all three of last year's meetings, the mayor got similar feedback. The top three priorities in each of those meetings were jobs, education, and housing. And so as we go through the highlights, you'll see how these priorities influenced our investments. First, in education. So education is an issue that affects every aspect of our community. And we know the benefits of a strong educational system we know that can be seen throughout the city. And we know we can't talk about public safety and we can't talk about our economy and jobs without bringing that conversation back to education. And so with education, we're talking about 3-year-olds in preschool. We're talking about adults in higher education. We're also talking about anyone who visits one of our DC public libraries and one of our recreation centers. And because of the enormous influence of education, as Matt indicated, it encompasses the biggest piece of our pie. And so on the screen, you can see some of the major and, in fact, unprecedented investments that we made from last year, whether that's $1.6 billion for education services for our DCPS and public charter school students, the $92 million in early childhood education, care, $71 million that we spent for the University of the District of Columbia, $39 million for parks and recreation and summer and out-of-school programs, and $35 million for library services and materials. Next is Health and Human Services. This is an area where, as we talked about before, is really the safety net of our community. This is everything from Medicaid and Medicare to what we do in our homeless services system, and you can just get a sense of some of the investments that we've made here. $149 million in homeless services that provides both emergency and long care preventative solutions to our residents. $88 million in capital funds so that we can close and replace DC General by 2018, a commitment of this mayor and this administration. $222 million for behavioral health services, $9 million for nutrition program for seniors, and $667 million for direct healthcare services. We know that high-quality healthcare can focus kids in school, adults can get and keep jobs, and families are stronger. We know that if we support residents that are experiencing homelessness, that we can provide them an experience that is rare, brief, and non-recurring. That's why we're focused so intently on closing DC General. So this just gives you a sense of what we're spending in the health and human services space. In our public safety space, we have some accomplishments that we're proud of. Over the last 2 years, total crime in the district has dropped 9%. In 2016 alone, we saw a 10% decrease in violent crime citywide, with a 17% reduction in homicides and a 13% reduction in robberies. And these results just don't happen. They take a sustained and coordinated effort in partnership with the community and multiple agencies working across the government. When we think about public safety, we tend to think about the Metropolitan Police Department. It is a significant portion of our spend, $500 million goes to the Metropolitan Police Department for their services, and we spent $5.7 million implementing the most robust and largest body-worn camera program that we know of in the country. We spent $31 million at our 911 center and 311 call centers, and $22 million to operate our crime lab, and $227 million in fire and EMS services. And we know that if neighborhoods experience issues of violent crime and robbery, that's one crime too many. And so while we're very proud of the results that we've seen in 2016, we know it doesn't go far enough, and then we've got to double down and work even harder to make sure that each of our neighborhoods in every ward of the city is safe and secure, and people feel safe and comfortable in their communities. And so that's an important priority for us as we move forward in this budget planning year. In the space of housing, this is one of the things that we hear about and the mayor hears about the most as she travels across the city. We know that DC is a thriving city. Our economy is strong. Our population's the highest it's been in 40 years. But that growth brings challenges, and it brings housing affordability as a really focused challenge. And so this mayor, since she's come into office, has made it a top priority to ensure that more residents from all backgrounds can live in Washington, D.C. This is where the money that we use from the Housing Production Trust Fund shows up. $100 million each and every year that the mayor has invested for creating and preserving affordable housing. This is the money we use for our Safe at Home program, which allows seniors to age in place in their home. And it's used to ensure that as we develop our neighborhoods, the residents of those neighborhoods are able to benefit from the development that's occurring around them. In the area of jobs, our economy is strong. You can look at the skyline, you can count the cranes and see that we're doing well. But we want to make sure that we continue these investments, and as we grow, we're growing responsibly, that we're making sure our small and local businesses are vibrant, that we attract new businesses, and that we develop our workforce. And so in this area, this is the money where we have programs like our Summer Youth Employment Program, which connects over 10,000 young Washingtonians with meaningful employment opportunities each and every summer. And you can see the other expenditures that we make in the area of jobs and opportunity. Government operations. So this isn't most people don't find this to be the most exciting area of government, but it's pretty exciting to me because this is what we use to keep our infrastructure strong, our streets clean, and our agencies functioning. We also use it to protect the rights of our residents. And in DC, we value inclusivity, we value diversity, and we want to make sure that we have legislation that reflects those values and people that are and with people who are following the law. And these funds ensure that that happens. And so as I wrap up, I want to go back to these DC values. And so as you talk to your table mates this afternoon, we want you to think about these values as you think about what your spending priorities are. And like I said earlier, we're going to have to make some tough choices in this budget process, and you're going to be a part of those tough choices. If we do have cuts in our federal funds or programming, we're going to have to make those cuts here, or we're going to have to find new revenue sources to make sure that we can continue those programs. And so when it comes time to make those decisions, we want to make sure we've considered all of our options and do everything that we can to support our residents and support the values that mean so much to all of us as Washingtonians. And so I want to call my colleague up, our Deputy Chief of Staff, Lindsay Parker, who's going to just explain to you how we're going to proceed through your budget balancing exercise, and hopefully you all will be able to balance the budgets you have today.
Well, thank you, City Administrator. Really appreciate that. You've now heard a lot about our budget, and you've got all of that information that was just tossed out there in the PowerPoint slides in front of you. So you're welcome to look back and use those as a resource. But what we really need you to do right now is go ahead and take out your game. So you all have this in front of you. You've got $100, and right now you're the mayor. You need to figure out how you're going to prioritize your values with that $100. So where are you going to spend that $100? You've got 6 different buckets, and you've got to go right now. Are you all ready to do it? Yep. All right, you've got 10 minutes. We'll come around and talk to you as you go forward, but go ahead and share those priorities with your neighbors. Thanks, everybody.
Good afternoon. My name is Jenny Niles. I'm the Deputy Mayor for Education, so I'm sorry to interrupt these rich conversations that you are having. But I wanted to just give you a few highlights about the cluster that I lead for education. You all are making choices about what's most important. And I have to say, Ms. Prue over here is a woman of my own mind where she put all $100 on education. Now, I realize that that's just maybe her and me. And I didn't even say anything. She did it all I didn't even pressure her. But I want to say, so what I wanted to acknowledge for you is a couple things. One is that education in the city, we have 6 different agencies that are in our education cluster. And that includes DC Public Schools, the public charter schools, the University of the District of Columbia, libraries, Parks and Rec, and our Office of the State Superintendent of Education. I know that we need to get education right in this city for a huge number of reasons. One, every single person, every single child of ours deserves a world-class education. 2, we need all of our children to get world-class educations so they can be healthy, happy, and participate in our economy and in our society. And 3, it makes all the other clusters' work easier, right? If we get education right, our public safety, all of our economic development, we are the engine in many ways to the other clusters. And so as you're going about thinking about this, know that as head of the education cluster, I know the importance. I also know that we are seeing some progress, but we are not there yet. And we need to double down on what is really working and make sure that we get the experience that we have in one student in one area of the city, that it doesn't matter where that student lives, that they get an outstanding education every single neighborhood, every single part of the city. So you don't have to put all $100 to education, but know that whatever you do dedicate to education, we need to make sure that we spend it as well as we can. And when we do it well, everything gets better.
Now, Mayor, this isn't fair because I am responsible for the well-being and health of residents here in DC, and I'm actually a parent of 2 DCPS children who need a lot of services. So I agree with Deputy Mayor Niles, but I'm going to push back and say that it is our cluster agencies that really focus on ensuring that everybody has the mental health and all the capacity needed to thrive in their work, their schools, anywhere you go, that those are just the storefronts. But when we as human beings, our minds, our hearts, and our bodies are in good places, then we will thrive anywhere we go. And I would say you don't have to put 100% in my cluster agencies, but at least 50. So you get housing, you get food, you get all the things you need, including the wellness programs that happen in so many of our workplaces. So with that, don't forget, I'm going to look and make sure it's 50. I can sneak up on you. So it's a fierce competition among the deputy mayors. Thank you. Oh, I have DRIS, I have health, I have Medicaid, I have aging. That was 5. Human Services, DDS, CFSA. Thank you. Mike, right here, DDS. There you go.
All righty. So my name is Odie Donald, and I'm the director of DOES, where you're all sitting. So you want to make sure you take that into account as you fill this paperwork out. So, and I would say that all of these clusters are very important. I think you need to continue to be very thoughtful about how you go through this budget piece. But I would also say that to get these services, and everybody wants to go to the doctor, everybody wants to have great education and all that good stuff, but it costs money. And to do so, you have to have a job. So I think that jobs and economic development is a very key and important part, maybe the most important, because if you're paying for education and all of these things, you have to have a job to do so. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. My name's Kevin Donahue. I'm the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety. So normally I'm a table facilitator, and I've been at every budget engagement forum every year we've had them. And I'm not sure I've ever come across a sheet that had $100 in public safety and 0 everywhere else, so I'm not going to ask for that. What I will say, and this is when I do mean this, is that when we make breakthroughs in public safety, it often comes not just from the clusters agencies I will talk about, but good investments and smart investments in mental health services, in jobs, in schools. So I really do see a connection between the two, but I'm not here to talk about their clusters, I'm here to talk about mine. Which is Metropolitan Police Department, the Fire and Emergency Medical Services Agency, the Department of Corrections, Office of Unified Communications does our 911 calls and 311 calls, the crime lab, and the medical examiner. And what I will say is that I've moved to DC about 30 years ago, and in the transformation, if you were to see how we break up that $100 over the past many years, the percentages change some. The number that has really changed a lot is how much revenue the city gets. That allows for us to be able to invest in schools, in mental health services. And if you think about what creates the conditions in which the city can thrive, in which the revenues are brought in, businesses are encouraged, residents move in, it's having a safe city, and you might want to say good schools as well. And so what I would say when you think about public safety, think about the pillar that allows for some of the investments to happen and some of the revenue to happen, and think about whether as a city we are keeping up those investments with the demands that we have had with new residents, with more populations, and with some of the struggles we have to reduce violence in the city. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Polly Donaldson. I'm director of the Department of Housing and Community Development. I'm here representing the DEMPED cluster, Deputy Mayor Brian Kenner, and focusing on planning and economic development. Now, of course, I am partial to housing, and I think our mayor is partial to housing. I know that. Woo, you bet. I will tell you that if you look at your chart, housing is 3% of our budget. Let's just sit on that for a moment. 3%. For all the planning that we do out of Office of Planning, Eric Shaw, for all that we do with infrastructure with DDOT, and all we do with regulation and helping to keep consumers protected with DCRA, I will tell you this cluster is part of what makes this city not only a world-class city, but a city that provides pathways to the middle class. But you need affordable housing. My favorite quote from the mayor is to say, it does not matter if you have been here 5 minutes or 5 generations. If you want to live in the District of Columbia, we're going to make that happen. Housing. Thank you.
Pitches on the different investments that folks can make. I'm John Falchicchio. I'm Mayor Bowser's Chief of Staff. And now we're going to move on to the second portion of our engagement at the table, where you as a table come up with one budget. All right, so you as a table have $100 to spend. Your facilitator will help you fill out the $100 table game. You have 10 minutes now to figure out amongst yourselves how you would spend the $100. All right, thank you. Start now by reporting out how each table did. We're not going to get to every table, so we're just going to have time to select a few of them. So do any tables want to report how they did to the group? Are there any tables? Are there any tables? Director Ferguson and Director Doe are helping us out. And it looks like we're going to start with table number 16.
So our approach was, instead of playing the Hunger Games between agencies, we decided to raise revenue. So we raised revenue. We're at $120 now. So we only added. Now our priorities in terms of where we added most of our money to health and human services, housing, and jobs and economic opportunity. But we kept everything else. Everything else got a little boost too. And it was all about raising revenue. Some of our ideas for that: end tax cut triggers, increase oversight over spending, and increase income taxes for the richest.
Woo! Great. All right, table 16. Table 16 kind of broke the rules. They went over $100, but we appreciate their creativity. Are there any tables that stayed within their $100? Whoa. Any tables? They're really loud at table 11, and I promise I'm going to come to this side. But table 11, over here to the right, Director Ferguson. Let's hear from Table 11. Tell us who you are and what ward.
My name is Tirsa Coates, Ward 4, and we have a great team over here who really gave a lot of diverse opinions. We want to see an increase in education to 33% from 31. We would love to see an increase from 2.5% to 4% in jobs and economic opportunity. We believe that's where it'll stem a lot of problems that we have in public safety, where we took a minor cut to 13%. But we think that a boost in health and human services to 29% will help to prevent a lot of the problems that we have that lead to the need for public safety. Followed by an increase of 1% for housing. We think we've done a great job. We want to see the results come out, but we think we can continue that trend. And in order to afford all of this, unfortunately, we need a small cut in government operations.
All right. So just in time for Table 11, we've been joined by Acting Chief Peter Newsham. He's going to come over and talk to you guys. And Deputy Mayor Donahue, who handles operations, he'll talk to you guys as well. So let's go to Table 6.
I want to say glory to God for having us all here, and thank you all for being here. I'm Commissioner Douglas, ANC 7D03. I'm in Ward 7. Yes. You're here for it. I wanted to say this is where we came up with the $100. We got $25 with $25 in education, $10 in public safety, $10 in job and economic opportunity, $20 in housing, $10 in government operations, and $25 in health and human services. This is what we came up with. But I want to say, I know we do these budgets all the time, and Honorable Mayor Bowser, I appreciate that. Would you look at the next budget to kind of increase that from $100 maybe about to $125 or $200? So at least we can have a little bit more to spend. So that's what I wanted to say, and thank you very, very much for allowing us to be here. Thank you.
Right. All right, Table 4.
Hello, everyone. I am Anthony Lorenzo Green. I am the ANC Commissioner right here in Deanwood in Ward 7. Now, you may look at our budget and believe this is a little radical, but we believe the sense of urgency is now. So we believe that $35 should be allocated to education. $10 should be allocated to public safety. I know, I can spend the money better. $20 for jobs and economic opportunity. $20 for housing, especially east of the river. $5 for government operations. Please don't hate us. and $10 for health and human services. Thank you.
Thank you, Table 4. All right, Table 3. Let's see those signs again, Table 3. Table 3, let's see those signs again. Let's show everybody what you did. Actually, Table 3, look this way. I'm going to take a picture and tweet this out with DC values. All right, Table 3. Let's hear what you did.
Good afternoon.
Sir.
Table 3 decided that thank you.
Tell us your name and what ward you live in.
My name is Reverend Fitzgerald. I live in Ward 5. But I've lived in all the wards. 7, 8, 2. But either way, we say education is still the #1 priority. Now, this was a Democratic table, so we voted on certain things I didn't agree with, but some things I want, some things I lost. That's part of government. But the thing about it, we said jobs and education is very important, but if you have education first, then that will lead to the jobs. So we said jobs and health and human services. You have to have a mental awareness, and you have to have a physical and spiritual well-being in order to move into the job market. But these are both important. We said also government operation gets 12. Now housing and public safety are tied at 10%. Because they are very important. We do need police, we do need the ambulance, we do need hospitals, so all these things are very important. It was hard to do, but I hope the mayor would take advice on this. We'll talk about it.
Well, thank you everyone for going around. That's all the time we have time for. However, all right. So I work, as I said, I'm the mayor's chief of staff. Sometimes I have to say no to people because I'm in that role, right? Cabinet members, right? But today the mayor just said let them report out more. All right, so here we go. Who wants to go? In the back. All right, there's a table straight back. I don't know the table number, I can't see it, but can we get a mic back to that table straight to the back?
I'd like my team members to stand. We engaged in a very vigorous discussion that is similar to what the mayor and the council have to do on our behalf, and we appreciate it. Our priorities are as follows: $20 for education, $20 for public safety, $15 for jobs and economic opportunity, $20 for housing, $10 for government operations, $15 for health and human services, and we have a balanced budget. Thank you.
Great, table one.
My name is Josh Good. I am a Ward 5 resident, and we're number one.
House ANC Commissioner Joey
And Ward. So we allocated our budget based on our priorities that we shared at the table, with 40% going to education to expand after-school availability for students, vocational training, and we saw education impacting all the rest of these sectors. We then increased health and human services to continue providing excellent services for all of our communities, and increasing the availability of housing so that we were holding people accountable for making sure that there was housing available for low-income families in the district, and actually holding them on.
Great. Deputy Mayor Niles is excited about that approach. Last table, we're going to start with, finish with number 2.
What we did, and we had a lot of discussion, education to me is our top priority. We gave 33%, we gave 16 for public safety, 3 for jobs, and we gave 4 for housing, 16 for government operations, and we said that we know they're going to use it properly. 28% for health and human services. But we wanted to say that if we get the education and we get all of this, all of that will depend on everything that we have here. We've got to educate our children. Yeah.
Well, everybody, give yourselves a big round of applause. You just played the $100 budget game, but I think you see very clear it's not a game at all, is it? That all of these categories are very, very important to the work that we do. And I want to thank my entire team, our budget team, our engagement team, our MOKERS team, and all of our agency directors and staff who are here for really working with all the tables. I got to say, this is the most energetic budget room I've ever seen. So thank you to our entire team, and thank you for taking this very seriously. And as we close out, I just wanted to reflect on, and I'm going to ask all of the deputy mayors to jump in wherever you want to jump in on this discussion. But you heard them in their presentations talk about some of the very important things we were able to get done last year. And just think about what we can do together if we double down on all these issues. In education, we were able to extend the school year for 11 schools across the District of Columbia. That means our kids got 20 extra days of education during that time. And so there are things like that. The chancellor was with me yesterday where we committed to already making sure that all of our middle schools have robust math options. No matter where you live in the city, you're going to be able to take algebra. And that means you'll be able to compete when you graduate. In the area of public safety, I hope that you will join me in congratulating Peter Newsham on being named the next police chief for Washington, D.C. And in this area, we were able to, you know that we have the best police department anywhere in the United States of America, and we're hiring. And we're hiring right here in Washington, D.C. And one thing that we did last year was make sure that more D.C. residents could come on to our department. We have a great cadet program. But it ended, if you just finished high school, you couldn't join, if you were beyond high school, you couldn't join the cadet program. So what we said is that we were going to extend the age up to 24. So if you're up to 24, you can join MPD as a cadet. We'll pay you as a cadet, and we'll pay for you to go to UDC. And when you get your credits and you turn 24, when you get your credits, you can come on as a full-time Metropolitan Police officer. And part of the reason why we have gained and we continue each and every day to work with our communities on community policing issues is because we have a force that reflects our community. DC residents that care about DC, right? So we want to continue to build on that. In the area of jobs and economic opportunity, you notice that that's the smallest little bucket on your list. And because we had, and the city administrator and the budget director, all the members of the council, past and present, have really worked together to make sure that DC can be a city that is booming. We had our single best quarter in the history of the District of Columbia at the end of last year. All of our metrics are moving in the right direction because we've been fiscally responsible and we've made the types of investments in schools and public safety and neighborhoods that attract more people and more businesses. And that's why we're moving in the right direction. In our first year, we made the single largest economic development investment in Ward 8, and as long as I can remember. And at the St. Elizabeth's campus, we have started the redevelopment of the St. Elizabeth's campus that will bring housing and amenities, and we made an investment in the entertainment and sports facility that also allows that campus project to move forward. Over $60 million already invested, so more opportunities for jobs and economic development. In the area of housing, and Polly's right, Polly's absolutely right. What is all of the boom of Washington, D.C. good for if nobody can afford to live here? So that is why it's so important that the government does what the government can do with all of its market forces that are upon our city, and put our mark on this progress by making sure we're investing in affordable housing projects all across Washington, D.C. And part of that commitment is making sure we have $100 million each and every year. Now, there was a question when we started if we'd be able to spend that $100 million. And we're spending it. We're getting it out the door, and we're investing in those projects. So now the question is, can we do more? And how can we do more? I asked Polly to work with stakeholders and members of the council on a housing preservation strike force. And I'm going to dwell on this for a moment because I think it's one of the single biggest things we can do together as a city to make sure this is a city for everyone. So we have a challenge. We have 8,000 existing units now that are affordable, that they could lose their affordability covenants over the next several years. So we need to make sure we're getting in that place to work on all of those things together. Now let me just mention government operations, because you keep cutting government operations. How do you expect to go to the DMV and get out in any reasonable amount of time? How do you expect that? When you call 911, don't you want it to work? That's government operations. General Services Administration is building these beautiful schools and libraries and recreation centers. They have to have money. Public Works, we had a blizzard last year. Hold up, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. because it is spring. I choose to believe that it is spring. And I want to dwell on one other thing. Anybody heard of Alley-Palooza? That's government operations, folks. So the Department of Transportation, you've heard me say this before, but when I first became a council member, it's been almost 10 years now, I asked DDOT, how long is it going to take you to fix these alleys? These alleys are a mess. They said, well, let me be honest with you, council member, at the rate we're going, it'll be 40 years. And I believed them, and they were right, 40 years. So we have a special program at DDOT called Alley-Palooza. And in the first summer, I said, hey, DDOT, how many alleys can you do in all 8 wards in the next 8 weeks before the construction season is over? And they said, we're going to do 8 alleys in 8 wards in 8 weeks. And they did it so well and so fast before the construction season was over, they did Alley-Palooza too, another 8 alleys in 8 wards in 8 weeks. So you can do the math. Now we're in Alley-Palooza number 4. And we've been able to do 8 alleys in 8 weeks across all 8 wards. So we're making those necessary infrastructure investments to get the job done. Finally, in the area of health and human services, we've doubled down in a big way on ending homelessness in the District of Columbia. And in a city as prosperous as ours, we need to continue to make that commitment. It's not easy. Building short-term family housing facilities in all 8 wards is not easy. Right now, we're dealing with lawsuits so that we can get to build safe and affordable housing. It's not just a Ward 7 problem, not just a Ward 2 problem. It's a citywide problem, and the whole city should be a part of the solution. So that's the decisions that we've been discussing and working on right now will allow us to make investments in those kinds of programs and more so that we can continue to be the best city in the world. Now, if the last few weeks haven't taught us anything, it's that our second-class status is not working. And so in the last 2 years, and actually in the last few months, you came out big to say that Washington, D.C. is for statehood. More than 80% of the vote. So we've talked about our values, and the things that we have highlighted in this booklet are the areas where we think that we could be under attack if the policies that we've heard discussed get any legs. So just know this, that this whole team is focused on how to make sure that we can respond to any threat in the most fiscally responsible way, and that's the way we're moving forward. So if you love what you've heard today, let me hear you. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you out there.